Total body workouts. Good. Do. The last few months I've noticed many trainers, many fitness businesses, one, have a lack of a defined training system. A lot of the stuff's sort of just shooting in the dark, throwing mud on the wall, seeing what sticks, and or they're choosing training systems or options that, in my opinion, aren't the best for or aren't optimized for the typical client that the trainer, especially in our area, Southeast Asia, will be seeing. So what's total body workouts versus other types? So a total body training split would be working out the whole body 1 to 3 times per week. So you would do all body parts within the one session. In my system, we do a warm-up, then we do athletic stuff, then we do our strength training, so that would be like the total body, push, pull, hinge, squat, and then we'd probably do some accessory or trunk work depending on the needs of the client. This would be versus other types of training programs where, let's say, you would be doing upper-lower split. So one day you would do all upper body exercises, bench press, row, shoulder presses, tricep extensions, bicep curls, and then maybe the next day you're going to do legs. So you choose a handful, 4 to 6 exercises where you'd work out your legs. Maybe another day you would have trunk or accessory. So that would kind of be an upper-lower split. You could also have like a push-pull legs split. So one day upper, you'd be doing all push exercises. So think exercises that are horizontal or overhead pressing. And then a second day would be pull, which would be vertical and horizontal pulling, pull-ups and rows. And then you'd have a lower body day. And then there's other stuff that you can do, but like that's kind of it in its simplicity. So why do total body workouts? Well, in my experience, most of the time, the majority of your clients are gonna be those that have like a higher education, higher income levels. Those type of people are gonna be busy professionals, business people, working a bunch, maybe don't have so much time to adopt like a fitness lifestyle, doesn't have time to prioritize these sort of things, have families, and their goals are probably going to be a lot simpler. They just want to be out of pain. They want to get a little bit of muscle. They want to have a little bit of energy. They want to be more healthy. They want to increase the quality of their life for a longer period of time. They're not necessarily these pro athletes that need to have these really special goals that require much more complex programming and periodization, etc. So why do total body workouts? For this type of client, it's just simpler, like you get quicker gains. So for example, total body workout client might work out twice a week. They can't work out 3, 4, 5 times a week. They only have time for 2x a week training, 40 to 60 minutes a session. So let's say they have a day 1 and a day 2. And day 1 is gonna be like squat, hinge, push, pull, and the push, pull are gonna be horizontal. Let's say day 2, just keeping it simple, is gonna be hinge, squat, push, pull, overhead or vertically. Well, because we don't have 3 or 4 day splits, week 1, they're gonna have a day 1, they do day 2. Week 2, they're gonna go back to day 1, and if you're doing this thing correctly, you're gonna get progressive overload, you're gonna get improvements. So that means by the time you reach day 1, which is your 3rd session in, day 1, 2nd day, so 3rd session in, technically, client should already be getting improvement. Like if you did a squat, goblet squat, 10 kg times 10 reps, well, session 2 of that day 1, they should be either doing like 12 reps of that same weight or increasing the weight and doing the same amount of reps. So like that's key. That does a lot for the client. They get quicker gains, quicker buy-in, quicker confidence, quicker dopamine hit. They're gonna wanna do more stuff that makes them feel good and gives them progressions. Now, I'll note here, you must understand how to load the individual. This means progressive overload. Good strength training, good training involves progressing loads over time. And load doesn't necessarily mean weight. It could mean reps. It could mean time under tension. It could be perceived exertion, RPE, rate of perceived exertion, how heavy something feels. But in general, good training needs to have progressive overload. I see a lot of trainers, new trainers, scared to load clients out of fear of, injury, like cultural differences, like in Asia, hard work in the gym is kind of a new thing. So by not loading exercises correctly, they substitute it with volume. And while that's okay, they're not going to optimize their training program. Like I'd rather have a total body workout where you have one good push, pull, squat, and hinge correctly loaded versus like a pull day where you have 6 to 7 pull exercises, but they're not correctly overloaded. I'll get more in the option where we load it correctly for one exercise. We're going to get better gains for that versus the program where we have many exercises and we're not loading correctly. What I should do here is put in the link to my Juice with Justin podcast about auto-regulation, which is like a 5-7 minute video, teaches you all about how I load exercises and progressive overload. Okay, so why do as well? So further reasons for why doing. Keeping it simple, silly, KISS. Simplicity is key, especially when you get these type of clients that are new to the game, have simpler goals, just want to see a little bit of benefit. It's simple because the beginner client, the client with a lower training age, is going to have a better adaptation period. And when they get good adaptations quickly, they buy in quickly, they gain confidence. It's easier to systemize, the programming is easy. Good strength training isn't sexy, like squat, hinge, push, pull, do it every week. Progress over time, do it over a long period of time, you're gonna get gains. The trainer might think, or the client might think that this shit's boring. Oh, we're gonna try something new, blah, blah, blah. Well, good training is not sexy. It's what I just said, and it kind of is boring. So it's up to you, the trainer, to make it more exciting for the client. So you can do that by varying the exercise, but just a little bit. You could do a goblet squat and then challenge them to do a 10-second iso in the bottom or a 10-second eccentric. So it's kind of like doing the same thing, but you're just challenging the client to give them like a different stimulus. That's sort of one way you can make it less boring for the client, make it a competition. Those type of clients like competition. So yeah, you're gonna get quicker improvements. It's a quicker system to implement. Last point on why do, it's easier to educate. A lot of times people will come to see a personal trainer because they lack accountability. They can't do this stuff themselves, or they're scared. They don't know how to train. Well, if you have a total body workout, in my opinion, it's an easier system. It's easier to educate the client. So you could give the client the tools necessary for them to have success on their own, to not need you, to not have you hold their hand. This is an amazing and powerful tool. I truly believe as a trainer, if you coach yourself out of a job, if you truly educate people on how to have this life skill for the rest of their life, that comes back to you in business, in goodwill, in referrals, like 10 times over, as opposed to keeping your secrets and being scared and having the scarcity mindset like you're gonna lose a client. Yeah, try to educate your client. So, how do? I have this system, it's called PPC Pillars. We'll link it so that you can kind of see exactly what it's all about. Essentially, you'll wanna have, this is how I do it. We have 2 workout days. We have a warm-up. We do athletic things, so move light things fast, like jumps and throws. Then we do our strength training, push, pull, hinge, squat. That day might be a horizontal. Then we do trunk or accessory. Then we'll have a day 2 in the total body workout. We'll do the warm-up again. The warm-up always stays the same, keeps it simple. We might do a different athletic movement. We might do like, so day 1 might be vertical jumping and horizontal med ball throws. Day 2 might be horizontal jumping and vertical med ball slams. That's just a way to alternate the athletic stuff that we do. And then in the strength training, we might do push, pull, vertical this day. This is day 2. And then we'll do a hinge first, then a squat. just to keep it simple. So that's how you would do a total body workout. You keep track of it, and then you can easily write down and challenge your clients week to week to get some sort of progressive overload, whether that's with weight or with reps, or with perceived difficulty, etc. Obviously, I'm talking about like why total body workouts are good for most people. Who would total body workouts not be good for? Let's talk about clients first. A client that has a lot of time, so you have the ability to work out 4 or 5 plus days a week. There are other options that maybe you could do that could be better for you. For example, if you're a hypertrophy client, you're just wanting to do bodybuilding, you want to get into a competition, the total body workout scheme probably wouldn't serve you. Having said that, the type of client that has the time to work out 4, 5, 6 days a week likely doesn't have the funds to pay for a personal trainer. So this is where these sort of disconnects come into play. If you're a professional athlete and maybe like a track athlete and you have a specific periodization system that you need to follow over a long period of time, over 6-12 months, well, maybe this total body workout program isn't gonna be for you. I could be wrong here, but like outside of that, there are so many types of clients that can benefit from total body workouts. So I think the list of clientele is actually quite short. Let's talk about the trainer. Who is it not good for? The trainer with an ego, and that is kind of all of us. We all have an ego. Typically, I find trainers that get into this game, they tend to bias what has worked for them and then pass that on to the client. Because your experience has been so great with X or Y type of training method, whether that be like 135, powerlifting, hypertrophy, kettlebells, etc., that they force this model or force this system onto the client. And I've been privy to that too. So I'm not the only one that isn't susceptible to this type of ego thing. But I will say this, in the end, if you're gonna be a good trainer over the long term, you need to help a wide range of clients. And in order to do that, you need to have lots of tools. So pigeonholing a client into one training system isn't gonna work. I use this analogy. As trainers, we're carpenters. And good carpenters have like thousands of tools. The type of tool you use is gonna be dependent on the job that you're gonna do. Well, if I'm gonna make this cabinet, I use this set of tools. If I'm gonna make this desk, I'll use this set of tools. What I can say in this realm is that in general, 80 to 90+% of clients probably fall into the realm where your tool set of providing total body workouts is going to be the exact tool set they need for the ideal benefit and outcome based on all the information surrounding that individual. Okay, who good for? Why? Why is this good for the trainee? Why is this good for the person that's working out? Well, to elaborate on some of the other points that I've talked about, for the trainee, I think you get really good value for your time. You learn faster, you get benefits faster, you feel confidence faster, you get buy-in and trust faster because this system is simpler and it works faster and they can be educated and learn. For trainers, why is it good for you? As I mentioned before, and now I'm just kind of repeating myself, I'm kind of just going through my notes here. Most clients are this type of person. If they can afford you, if they can afford the services, it's a luxury item for them. They have minimal time. They can really only work out maybe 1 to 2.5 hours a week. They have simpler problems to solve, and they need the right system to optimize their intended goals and outcomes. It is easier then, as if you're a trainer, to create confidence, trust, and buy-in with this type of client using this type of system because they will get quicker gains. They will decrease their nervousness and this scared feeling that they have quicker. They get adaptations faster and they learn quicker. So week by week, you do the progressive overload with your training program the right way. They're gonna see the gains. They're gonna get confidence. They're gonna imprint that confidence on you, the trainer. So I have this other saying, like I've been doing this a long time now. It's quite easy to get gains with any client, with almost any program over a 6 to 12 week period if you kind of know what you're doing and the client follows said plan. Almost anything works, especially with a beginner client. Part of being a good personal trainer is creating relationships, creating longevity, creating buy-in, creating trust. After this initial 2 to 3 month period, the client only stays with you because of relationship, because of liking you, because of that trust. And it's much easier to trust a trainer if they get you gains in like a week. If they teach you how to work out and you're like, hey, you're not gonna need me in 3 to 6 months. They're gonna trust you because they've learned, they've been educated. They're gonna trust you more. And counterintuitively, that creates more buy-in and longevity in your client relationships. Because they get quick gains, they're gonna tell this and brag to you about their friends, which creates word of mouth renewals, which is the most powerful form of like business referrals that you can get. I'm not saying this program is better or that program is worse. It's just that the total body workout for this type of client that is successful in their career, has limited time, has simple goals, that needs results quickly, that doesn't trust most people in the industry. Well, they're gonna trust you fast, they're gonna get gains fast, they're gonna reach their goals faster, and that's gonna be better for you, better for your interest in the long term. It's a win-win for everyone, actually. That's it for this episode. If you have any questions, put it in the comment box. Look at the description. There's lots of resources and stuff that I've put in there for you that you can use that's going to help you with these concepts further. If you're interested how to work with us further, again, all in the description box. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Until next time, peace.